Hey Revelation Church, it's Duncan here. It is so good to be able to connect with you in this time where sharing physical space just isn't quite as easy as it was. This has been a big week for us in the UK. Life looks very different to what it did a week ago. Things are moving so quickly. Just on Monday, the latest major advice from the government came out, which has big implications for us as a family. It basically means that we can now no longer meet publicly. So our Sunday meetings, home group meetings, any prayer meetings, they're all suspended now until further notice. This is obviously very disappointing for us. It's challenging. It raises all kinds of questions because choosing to be present together and prioritizing that as a people, to be in the same room, has always been right at the heart of who we are as a people. And so I just wanted to give a quick update on what will the rhythms of life at Revelation Church look like in this new time. I particularly want to talk about our Sunday meetings. These special times in the week where we all come together to be with one another, to then as a family worship Jesus and remind one another of the beauty of the gospel and to strengthen and encourage one another. And our hope is that we will take everything that a Revelation Church Sunday looks like and the things that make us who we are on that day and take them online. So whereas before we would have all gathered together at Birch Community Centre at 10:30 on a Sunday, we will still be gathering on a Sunday at 10:30 at the same place. We just won't be in the same room and we'll be doing it online. And I won't share everything about the platform that we're using and how it's all going to work logistically, but I really hope that you'll agree with me that when we do it, it really will feel like us. It really will feel like, oh, I can see everybody and we can interact, and as we worship I can still pray out from my seat and where I am, but I won't be praying out from where I am in the community centre. It will be from my living room or my garden or just wherever else you've connected in from. And of course we'll still be preaching from the Word of God, and I'm expectant that God will continue to speak to us significantly as we work through the series that we're in the life of Joseph in this time. And we'll be able to pray for one another and bless one another. There'll be time for community building after the meeting. So I think it will still retain the essence of who we are. We'll still be using the same platform then for home groups. And some of this has already started as we look to connect with one another during the week. We'll be able to have morning prayer times together as well. And I think there is loads of opportunity as well for things that we haven't yet thought of. Devotionals or perhaps people sharing their stories of how we can cultivate individual time with Jesus and relationship with him. And so if you've got any ideas, please do not hesitate to be in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Fear is very much the atmosphere of the nation right now. And on Vision Sunday, we spoke specifically on what it is like to be free from fear. And I think this was a preparation from God, a message from him for a time just like this. That while the world is in the grip of fear as everything starts to crumble around and life looks so different, I believe he's calling us to be a very different people. Let me remind you of a verse from Acts chapter 4. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were uneducated common men, they were astonished. And they recognized that they had been with Jesus. Now here are two men, Peter and John, where given the circumstances they were in, they should have been terrified. But yet rather than fear, they knew boldness. And this word boldness we looked at Vision Sunday and saw that it can be translated, and I just love this phrase, as a free and fearless confidence. This is what Jesus has for us. This is his invitation for us. This is what he wants us to look like as a people. That where we could be gripped by fear, he wants us to be free. He wants us to be fearless. He wants us to be confident in him. And we see exactly how this happened in Peter and John's life at the end of the verse. And they recognized that they had been with Jesus. I think this is Jesus' invitation to us. That I can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait to all be together, to continue being a family together, worshipping him as one. But I think there's an invitation from Jesus here for us all in this really unique period that we're in. That where fear is a very real option for us. Peter and John were like this because they had prioritised spending time with Jesus. And I think he's doing the same for us. That as we have perhaps more time in our houses, more time on our own, Jesus is saying, if you don't want to be a man or a woman of fear, come and be with me. Spend time in my word, spend time praying, spend time asking for the presence of the Holy Spirit to come and be with you. And let's be a people together who know what it is like to be free from fear as we face this together. So I can't wait to see you Sunday. Can't wait to be together all as one. Look out for further details on exactly how that's going to happen. But in the meantime, even before then, how can you find time to be with Jesus? I'll see you Sunday.